All right, a couple moves here. Just as we talk through this, we released Josh Ball today. Well, nothing but the best for him. He's an awesome kid. Fired up for him as far as like he'll get another opportunity in this league. But those are the challenging parts of this business. And then first day in pads. First day in pads. It's a fun adventure in pads just for these guys. They transition back into it. I thought the intensity, the effort, really, really good. It was a really, really good practice.
Any update on JT?
JT? Yeah, we'll just evaluate it. I don't think anything too bad, but we'll see.
It seemed like there was some more downtime in between sessions today. Was that kind of by design?
We had a little bit extra, we call them TV timeouts just for the water breaks, just to have a little bit more window there. And then we had the one-on-ones with the defense and offensive line. We wanted to extend and make sure they got their full allotment. So 7-on-7 ended. We just wanted to extend that a little bit more.
Did any group especially brought your attention as a positive today?
I think it's always fun to see the trenches the first day of pads. I think our defense line just did a phenomenal job, engaging, beating everyone to the punch. Really physical battle between both sides of the football. I thought both sides had some goods and some bads, and that's the beauty of this.
Do you feel like just after one day, but do you feel like you got a better idea of kind of where you stand with the run game in terms of laying that foundation?
We'll see. There's still an installation process that we're still going through with all the rest of the next week, really. But I thought it was a great foundation. It was a great first day. Again, really physical battle, and that's what we'll need the rest of the way through training camp.
When you see some nice moments from a guy like Marcus Yarns, drafted free agent rookie coming in and trying to vie for a spot, what kind of stands out to you?
Yeah, just great opportunities, and anytime you take advantage of them, more opportunities naturally present yourself. And so, I think we'll have a number of guys, have those moments throughout this camp.
Or the one-on-ones with the offensive and defensive line, they doubled up. Was that just to foster the competitiveness of it all? Or what was
Yeah. I was down 7-on-7, so I didn't see how everything transpired over there. But obviously, we're just trying to get as many reps as we can, try and maximize our time with those guys. And so, we're going to go for that every time.
Take for good, dude. You've gotten a bit of run in Kansas.
Yeah, really solid player, edge player. We obviously liked him coming into the draft process. We were fortunate to get him late, in the 7th round. For him to still be available was really surprising for us, an awesome opportunity. So he's hopped in there. He's done a nice job.
Just on first look, did it appear that Carl Granderson had a good day?
Yes.
Talk about it, your impressions of him so far.
Yeah, I think our edge rushers, it's just a really good group, and certainly what those guys are doing. Grando's, leading the way in so many ways. His physicality and his play effort stands out each and every day, and so we keep trying to highlight him as much as we can in the team meetings, because if he plays like that, special things are going to happen when everyone else starts playing that way. Now we're rolling.
Chase was saying how much he liked watching Khalil Mack. Does that make Granderson the Joey Bosa in this comparison?
I don't know. That's just a personal preference maybe for Chase, but those guys obviously we feel great about them.
Following up on JT.
Oh, yes, sir.
Sorry, following up on JT, Greg, can you say what the injury was or what?
Yeah, it's just a lower deal, and so they'll evaluate it, they'll figure it out, and I'll update you tomorrow once we get the clear plan of action.
For Granderson, he's talked in press conferences and things like that before about trying to find more consistency. It's felt like he started hot and finished hot, but kind of stuff in between. What are some of the things that you all can do in this new system and with your new approaches to help him be able to achieve that?
Yeah, I think certainly he's going to be able to play with some air out there and some wider techniques, certainly more often probably than in the past, and that's just the way different schemes present different opportunities. And so him playing out in space is going to be huge, but at the same time he's still got to collapse the pocket, he's still got to close space in the run game, and that's all about physicality and effort. And so if he keeps doing this, keeps being consistent like this, he'll have a really special season.
Him playing out in space, is that something y'all almost had to go back to kind of college to find, or were you able to find that a little bit?
Yeah, no, there's certainly plenty of examples of that, and it's just when you're in a 3-4, there's a little bit more structure, a little bit, 3 bigger guys inside, so you're more in that contained criteria there when you're playing a little bit wider outside.
Steve Blackman is someone who just got here, but how much have you seen him grow, maybe his understanding of the defense?
Yeah, Julian's been awesome. Really special to see a guy who just hops in here. Literally the first day he showed up, he's already in team, taking reps, taking advantage of opportunities. He had a nice pick here yesterday in the red zone, which was really more of a spectacular play than anything about the throw or the receiver. He just made a really spectacular play, and so obviously we feel fortunate that he was available this late in the process, and he'll be a big part of this thing.
Kellen, Devon Gutshaw's power is hard to miss out there. When you guys switch to the scheme that Brandon wants to run, did you go through a list of potential nose tackles, or was there something special about him that was on your radar?
Yeah, certainly we went through just the discussion of what the criteria is by position and kind of detail that out. We felt like we do have some good guys here who are still in place that can play that role really, really well. Certainly, Got Chow's one of the premier players in this league as far as playing one of those interior run-stopping spots. And so, we felt, we played New England. Every time you played New England, it felt like it was a battle to get anything going inside because of him. And so we were fortunate to get him.
Do you recall the conversation that he brought up during his introductory press conference between you and Brandon Staley and talking about?
I don't.
He said something about being like in the trip to take on the Patriots, about y'all having a conversation about how, hey, we're not going to be able to run with the middle or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Talked every day about the emphasis on recovery and injury prevention. With Bruce and Rashid specifically coming off of injury, we've seen them with the 2s and 3 this time. What's the plan for those guys?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing this early in the training camp process is just trying to rotate these guys as much as we can and get different guys different opportunities. And so, maybe a little bit different than some places like, Sheed and, CO, they're going to maybe take a rep with a 2 or a 3 group. Doesn't mean anything for anyone. We're just rotating these guys as much as we can, give them different opportunities. And as it progresses, you narrow your focus a little bit more, but it's been good.
I feel like we saw the ball on the ground, decent bit today, some punch outs. Is that something where you focus on it with the offense or you applaud the defense? Like, how do you? Yeah,
it's one of those things. It's always one's good, one's bad. You get to play in the middle of those two things, and so defense did a phenomenal job. A couple of them are kind of late in the process, which is a good training for the defense, but also the offensive ball carriers. Even as you're late in the process in the pile, it takes that second, third man in to come in and take a shot at the ball.
In running the same drills, it appears Tyler Shuck sort of lets it rip less than the other guys do, that he's pulled it down more, checked down more. Do you find that, and has the way he's progressed been okay? Is risk averse okay at this point?
No, I think Tyler's done a nice job. He's communicating at a really high level. He's making good decisions. As we go through, we'll just continue to evaluate each and every day. These guys will grow every day, and every opportunity, especially for Tyler, being his first time rookie year training camp. Every day there's new install, new material that maybe is a first time for him, and so he's going through that process. I think he's done an excellent job.
Kellen, with more happening like outside of the pocket and people wanting like quarterbacks to extend plays, like has the way time to throw, like is the evaluation of that changed like over the years as the game has evolved?
Yeah, certainly there is some extended plays that happen. Certainly in Philly, like Jalen was going to extend a lot of plays, and so technically that number was always going to be high, no matter what you did in Philly, just because he had that ability and he made some big time plays off schedule, and so it's something to always keep an eye on.
When you're looking at like 7-on-7. Shouldn't the ball always come out because there was no pass rush and not scrambling around?
We'll see. Obviously, we'd love to be on time and all that good stuff. A couple of those defense did a nice job, and we do really, really encourage the scramble drill just because it comes up so much in our league. It's kind of something that Mike brought from Green Bay when I was in Dallas. Just Aaron, you're playing in scramble drill so many times, 30% of every play, and so that is the second part of a play, and we really emphasize that is a live action. We are trying to make an explosive play on offense, and our defense has to plaster, is what we call it, and really match everyone out. And so it is an important part of still 7-on-7.
You have an offensive line that, in some cases, maybe a new player, in other cases, a player in a new position. When they first start to do real blocking, what is your expectation of what you're going to see, and how did that compare to what you saw?
Yeah. It's first day pass. Everyone's going to have some good, some that they want to improve on or get back. And I thought our guys did a nice job. It's every day, the pad level, the physicality, the finish, all those things are just going to keep going. And so it's a good start, but we know we're nowhere close to where we need to be.
With tempo, is it harder to run it when you're behind, outside like the obvious 2-minute you're chasing, like to come back?
To use tempo?
Yeah.
Certainly, if you're in the flow and you're progressing positively, it's naturally a lot easier to, stay within a no-huddle system. If you get, stalled out or pushed back, it's a little bit more tricky. Part of the tempo challenge is you don't want to just go 3 and out and be on the field for 30 seconds, and your defense is back on the field. That's not ideal for anyone. So there's ebbs and flows to it, for sure.
How do you decide, like, kind of when? Is it just like a feel thing, or?
Yeah, we'll define it going into a game. Sometimes it's by drive, or sometimes it's by situation. Once you've earned a first down or you get into a certain territory of the field, you may activate no-huddle, and guys can kind of anticipate when that's coming.
When you're baking downtime into the schedule, Is that specifically that you want players to use that time for recovery? And have you been encouraged by players?
Yeah, the number one objective obviously is the recovery component of it. We have the coolers out here, which our guys can hop into. Hydration, towels, all the good stuff. Our training group and sports performance do an awesome job just getting these guys ready to roll there. And then the other part is just there are TV timeouts in games, and it's real. And so there is a component you have to train your body to sit there for 2 or 3, 4 minutes, kind of, bring it back down, and you got to bring yourself back up for the next period. And so it is creating a game-like environment as well.
Even in the schedule though.
How do you evaluate Spencer and Jake today? I know you talked about Shep, but considering they've had game time reps.
Yeah, those guys have done a nice job. Spencer's really decisive, plays confident. He gets the ball out. He's done a nice job, and Jake's done a lot of the same stuff. I think these guys, they've played a little bit more football over the last couple of years, and so their experience, obviously, they can lean on, and they're doing a nice job.
Even in the downtime of Eric was saying yesterday that they had you guys had a break until 1:30, and he was trying to take advantage that. Kind of asking what Luke did. That's kind of the goal is for players to take advantage of.
Yeah, there'll be a break within the day. Naturally, our next thing is at 1:30 during the day where we'll review practice, and so this gives everyone a chance to go through the recovery process, go through lunch, do everything they can, create their own routines, and then we'll be back at it for the afternoon.